Yesterday I had a person come ahead and tell me, hey, what do you do for a living? And I told him, I was like, oh, I work in a warehouse and I drive heavy equipment. I also do maintenance. We got to talking and a couple girls showed up and they kind of got into the same conversation with us. And the one girl told me, well, that's pretty easy if you just drive equipment around all day. You don't really do much work. You get to sit around and do whatever you want. And I was like, well, I don't sit down. I mean, I do sometimes if I'm on a forklift. But sometimes I'm on equipment where you got to stand up. You got to have your pedal pushed down with one of your feet. She still went ahead and told me, oh, that must be really easy and stuff. All you do is put away boxes and stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. I do put away boxes. I put away tons of boxes. Like, look, got a whole cart full of boxes. Got to put them in racks like this. And she still went ahead and told me, well, that's pretty easy. I could do that all day. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. I was like, instead of shitting all over my job and telling me, like, oh, that's easy, and, I don't think you should get paid that much to do something that easy, let me tell you something. When you're putting away packages, some of the biggest packages you think would be the heaviest, they're not. Some of the littlest packages, though, you think they wouldn't be so heavy, and they are. We have packages that are really, really small, and they have 5-pound weights in them, and they're stacked. So one box that's 6 inches by 6 inches is literally 25 pounds. You would have never guessed it. But another thing I try to explain to her is, like, I do 12-hour shifts, and it sucks. And let me show you something that, like, most people wouldn't like. When you're putting shit in these racks and you got to scan all this dumb shit and make sure everything's in order, just so people who order this stuff are able to get it on time. Have a little compassion for me, because, while I'm putting your stuff away, like these toys and all that other shit and all that stuff right there, I'm doing it at maybe 50, 60 feet from the ground. Yeah, so if I fall, 2 things are going to happen. One, I'm going to get the biggest fucking wedgie in the world because I'm wearing a harness right here, and this thing right above me is going to stop me from falling. 2, I'm going to dangle like a fucking worm on a hook until I can figure out how to get back up on my lift. And if I can't get back on my lift, guess what I got to do? I got to go ahead and I got to call somebody over to help me get back on the lift. And then I got to explain why I fell. But sometimes that's just part of the job. A lot of times if a rack's messed up, I gotta take my foot, step over like this, and I actually gotta organize everything. So have a little compassion for the people that work in the warehouses. Shit's not easy. And I'm not saying it's that hard, but you know what? It's a job. And I make good money doing it. So if you don't like it, don't talk to me. Like and subscribe though.